He started saying, how the hell he make that plane disappear? It was still just an illusion. And now we trying to figure out how he did it. He had to make that plane disappear. It was an illusion. He told you that. They told us in Morals and Dogma that they was going to give us a whole lot of dogma to override our moral compass that's going to tell us where to be located on the land. They gave us the whole layout of the playout of their entire system in Morals and Dogma and in Protocols of Zion. The Protocols of Zion told us exactly how they was going to keep us conquered. They was going to control economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war.
And it happened.
And they the ones been feeding us all the doctrinal information on those subjects since they've been here. So, of course, when we start getting into the health arena, which I call the 10th one, they're going to control that narrative too. That's why pharmaceutical companies write all of the medical books, finance all of the medical institutions. They're not working for us.
Yeah.
If they ain't working for us, who the fuck they working for? It's a plutocracy. It's a big old monopoly game in the game of the gods. I'm just telling y'all how the game plays so y'all can see through their bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The Flying Kings landed on the chessboard, but they ain't know where they can go because it's the queen stationed in every corner, and the queen run the chessboard. She can move in ways that the rest of the pieces can't move.
The same way they did with religion.
Religion was one of their tools.
One of their tools. Same thing.
It's fall right under that category. Thanks. Shout out to Dr. Neely Fuller for making it clear.
And we're all being played like a piece on a chessboard or a checkerboard or something. We're just being played.
So the fact that we intermarried with people from Africa on the Eastern Shoreboard for thousands of years, many of the people from the Eastern Shoreboard genetic memory gonna call them back to Africa. But all of us is not gonna be called back to Africa through genetic memory. Only the ones who have to be over there to activate a birthright. Now, some of us is gonna be deceived over there and become food for wolves, or I should say hyenas. Because the false narrative, if you don't rise above that bullshit, you would be led anywhere in the world, just like Jim Jones led all them people to Guyana and had them drinking the coffee or the Kool-Aid, right? Because they had no self-identity because they was absorbed in the doctrine of the dogma of the church. So the leader of the church lead them wherever he want to lead them, straight to their own destruction. It's the same thing. You can repatriate, because a lot of people from Haitian descent is starting to wake up and feel like they need to be in Haiti, but they don't know why, because they don't know they Haitian. Haiti calling her babies back home to rebuild Haiti. Jamaica calling her babies back home to rebuild Jamaica. St. Lucia and St. Croix is calling their babies back home to rebuild. Puerto Rico and Dominica is doing the same. But we don't understand what's taking place. And a lot of the people that's being drawn back to their homelands at this time don't know that that's where they're supposed to be at the close of the age. So some of them are being deceived over there, but some of them is going because they need to get their ass back to Africa to help them reclaim their shit. I don't got no problem with nobody from Africa. They can be unapologetically African as they want, and I'm going to be unapologetically organic to this land. That's all. It's not a conflict to me. It's only a conflict to the people that want me to feel like I'm from where they think they from. Whether they right or whether they wrong is not my concern. I am aware of where I'm from. So since I'm aware, I'm going to pretend that I don't hear none of their nonsense, and I'm going to pursue what is rightfully ours as a people, by exercising my blood and my right to do so. And the more clans that can benefit, the better it is for the collective. So Africa is rebuilding Africa. If we ain't watching, we don't see them reclaiming their shit, kicking colonizing powers out, closing down the mines where they've been stealing their resources and not benefiting the people of the land. All that shit coming to an end globally. And the people that's being drawn to their land need to go home. I don't care where they from. I'm at home. But the other people that need to go home is being called home by their land. They need to go. I don't care whether it's China, Japan, Australia, New Zealand. I don't give a fuck if it's Ethiopia, if it's Scandinavia. When the land call your ass, you better move or you're going to be food for the sharks. That's all. It's not nothing personal. This has to be done. Everything has to be restored back to balance for the new age to take full effect. And the benefits of the new age is a golden era, an era where we have technology unseen in thousands of years. They make us think it's new, but it ain't none of this shit new. Ain't nothing new under the sun. We did all of this stuff we doing before. We going through all of the struggles we going through before, except before we didn't never successfully close the age, so we were stuck in the infinity loop. So we had to keep doing it over and over till we get it right. And they wouldn't let me play none of the reindeer games until now. So now I'm just going to lead y'all to the promised land.
Okay, last question. Right. What are your thoughts about interracial dating?
I don't care who you date.
Mm-hmm.
Date who you want to date. Because now, with the one drop of blood doctrine being taken full effect, we all related whether we want to be or not. All the mulattoes that so-called left the plantation, where they go? They ain't go with us. Only a handful of them went with us. The rest of them went and married into somebody else. But they still got their drop of blood. Everybody got the right to ascend. Anybody that don't belong here won't be here because the earth gonna turn them off. So I don't care what you do. So they found bones up around Philadelphia that's older than like 80,000 years old. They found them in Florida. All over the land, they've been finding bones that's older than bones that they've recovered from Africa, except for Lucy. Humans is primates.
Humans are primates?
Yeah, based on genetic definition of a primate.
Based on the status that they put us in with primates?
Based on the description, okay, so you got mammals, and then the mammals is broke up into types, and then they broke up into types.
Oh.
Right? And on the mammalian hominids are under the classification of primate.
Well, if you believe in that, then you're sure you do not believe in out of Africa theory, because all that comes together.
Are you talking about the evolution from a monkey to a human?
Yeah.
I don't believe that shit.
Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty much what they're saying the primate stuff is like.
No. Look, at different times, you have different upgrades to the genome. As these upgrades take hold, it alters the genome of the old species and produce a new species. It doesn't continue because the genome is no longer functional in the new system. So the current primates, though we have genetic similarities, they still not the same species. That's why we can't have sex with a chimpanzee and make a baby.
Mm-hmm.
They have to do some laboratory shenanigans to make it happen.
Why put us in the same category? Why can't humans have their own category?
They do. When you say human, you just gave us our own category.
Right, but when it's labeled out, it's like the monkeys, the gorillas, the chimpanzees.
All primate really is a hominid that uses his hands and his feet and has hair. That's it. There ain't nothing else to make it more distinctive or separate from what we is. It's just a classification for the understanding of the differences in the species across the spectrum, right? It's just like light. Yellow light is yellow light and red light is red light. But when you put all of the spectrum of lights together, you get a whole different kind of light. It don't mean that one light don't exist. It just means that when you get the whole spectrum, they're not the same as the individual pieces of the light spectrum. So look, humans didn't always stay permanently in human form during the duration of their life until they collapsed the fourth dimension into the third and locked us into the avatar.